Hi, everybody. It's today's Wednesday, May 12th. It's about 5:19, and today's Wedding Wednesday, and I'm coming to you again. It's Veronica of Veronica Wedding and Events Planning, and also the editor of the Wedding Planner Lifestyle magazine. And today hope everyone is doing well and keeping safe. Um, I am coming to you today with a topic that we tend to talk about and we make fun of, but when you're a planner or you're involved in any aspect of wedding planning, or even you're a friend or close to a bride getting married, it can become tricky. When she becomes the bridezilla. No one wants to deal with the bridezilla. Now, we do understand that wedding planning is tedious. Um, it takes a lot of your time. And if you're doing it on your own and you've never done it before, then of course it's very stressful. However, that doesn't preclude good behavior and being respectful to the people around you, and also taking into consideration that they're trying to get your vision and assist you in planning the wedding, whether it be your family, his family, your friends, or anyone else that is part of your journey. So congratulations, you're now engaged. And what we're talking about today is how not to be a bridezilla before and on your wedding day, because both times are stressful, the planning process and also the day of. Again, we do understand, as a planner myself, we do understand that you're doing it for one day and you've been planning for an entire year or 6 months or however long, whatever is the time frame. However, we would suggest, and because I'm a planner, I'll always suggest that you get a planner, be it at the beginning of the process or partial planning, which would be within 6 months of you planning, or the day of, which would be on the day. However, it's always advisable to work with the client at least 3 months before the day, because then, of course, as a planner, you do have to get the full picture of the wedding, the theme, and there's certain details that you do need so that you can be very effective on that day and things can actually run smoothly. So a day of doesn't necessarily mean we show up on that day. We've been working with the client 3 months prior to the day of the wedding. Okay, so let's jump in today. The first thing that I would suggest, and I know being as a planner, of course, I'll always start with hire a wedding planner. So that's the first thing. Again, select someone that you work well together. Basically, you and the person jive. They get your vision. There's a mutual respect between each other, and you can trust that person because, again, it's not only yourself, it's your family, it's your money. You're interacting with them on possibly sometimes a daily basis. The bride would call you throughout the day, or, sometimes in the evening, based on the boundaries you've set, if it's until 7 or until 8. And sometimes there's a crisis and the bride would call you at 9 o'clock. And we understand that. Not every single day, but there's a one-off that a bride would call you a little bit later than you've scheduled, whatever your boundary or that timeline is throughout the day. So it's important to hire a planner. The second thing I would suggest, and in our industry, we talk about it, we don't talk about it a lot. I really would advise any bride or bridegroom, sometimes the groom, and I never want to leave them out. You guys know how I feel about the grooms. We never want to leave them out. I would suggest that you purchase wedding insurance. It's absolutely important. The importance of wedding insurance is you are paying to indemnify in the instance that something happens. It's just like your car insurance. I mean, every day you may drive your car back and forth to work, or if it's not business, personal. So you may not have an accident every day. However, if you do, you have insurance. So you feel secure that if should something happen, you're covered. The same with wedding insurance, because we never know. I mean, unless there's peril or there's something beyond our control that has to do with the environment, then it's best to have wedding insurance, and you can get it for as low as $100 to be covered for $1 million. So I highly suggest that brides, if you're planning destination wedding or you're in your local area or city or town, to purchase wedding insurance. For instance, if the groom, I don't know, break a leg, you're covered, and you can't have the wedding that day, and you have to push it to another day. It's important to be covered. Also, it covers you for the venue. Let's just say, for instance, the venue has to cancel the wedding for whatever reason. You're also covered. So it's absolutely important to have a wedding insurance. The second thing I'd like to talk about is the actual behavior. And I call it letting off steam. And we all do that from time to time. Now, if you're doing it often, then, we suggest that, you look for alternative help. But we understand that you're under stress, and, you may go off from time to time, but that doesn't mean that it gets to a point where it's derogatory or abusive, or people really don't want to be around you at all. And then you're using that as an excuse. Well, I'm getting married. That's unacceptable. So I would suggest to find ways to cope. And one thing I would suggest is finding healthy ways. And that would be like talking to someone you trust. I've had brides that actually call me to talk to me. I mean, they may have an issue within the family that is stressing them out. For instance, someone on their fiance side may ask, oh, I need to sit somewhere closer, or whatever it is. It doesn't matter what it is. It may cause you a great deal of stress, but we need to find healthy ways to deal with that stress. And if that means talking to a therapist or a friend, then it's important to do that. So you are in a healthy position emotionally to actually deal and plan your wedding. Your wedding is supposed to be fun. The fifth thing is to be present. Please keep in mind your wedding is one day. You've been planning for an entire year for one day. So it's absolutely important to remember the reason why you're doing this. First of all, you got engaged, you're getting married to this amazing man. If the groom is planning it, and grooms have planned weddings before, they're hilarious. I'll leave that for another day. They're very detailed also, and they know exactly what they want regarding their suit or the clothes or the vision or whatever it is. So if that's the case,